Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside Seaholm High School for the 68th all-time meeting between the Seaholm Maples and the Groves Falcons. We are getting right underway here with the kickoff. The Maples receive that squib kick, fall right on it at the 30-yard line, and that's how this one will get started. We welcome in Andy Aubrey, the legend to the BACB Sports broadcast booth. Andy, you've seen a lot of these matchups between the two rival schools. What are some big things that could happen today for either of these schools to run away with this one?
Well, Nick, I'm glad you asked. It's going to be interesting. First of all, thank you for that glorious introduction. But secondly, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's funny we're having this game the same weekend as Michigan State because it's a rivalry. It's a big one. Anything can happen. And this wet weather might be a factor tonight.
And there's that Veer offense at work as a pitch out to the left for the Maples. Number 11 for them, getting it the ball. Jack Lewis around. He's listed as a slot receiver, plays both sides of the ball. He scampers forward for 5 yards, a good gain on first down. And we've seen this Maples offense for basically as long as I've been calling games with that pesky Veer style offense and a lot of misdirection, a lot of running the ball, but the few times they pass, crazy things can happen. There's a handoff up the middle there, and it looks like it gets bottled up right at about the line of scrimmage as we see quarterback Colton Kinney hand that ball off right up the middle to number 34. That's his brother, Grandin Kinney, so we're going to see a lot of the Kinney connection today.
Yeah, they are. They're talk about royalty and legends. These guys in sports, multiple sports, especially football, they've had a great year. And Kinney, let's get used to that, the handoff, because you mentioned the veer option. This kind of a run option, QB option type offense is exactly what they run.
Yep, Colton Kinney now takes the snap out of the shotgun. He's tripped up there by number 9, Anthony Cameron, for the Falcons after he picked up about 2 yards. That'll bring up a manageable fourth down here, but it looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit here to start this one, with ball still in their own territory. Ball's at the 38-yard line, about a 4th and 3. So it looks like the punting unit will come out for the Maples, and Groves will get back to ready to return this one.
We think.
Yeah, we'll see. There could be some trickery here as it's a low snap, and it's booted away. Looks off to the right. Not much distance on it as it takes a bounce. The Maples, not the Maples way, takes a Falcon bounce at about the 48-yard line up to the 46, and that is where Groves will take over for their first drive of this game. And this is an offense more that you see like to open it up and maybe get some of their skill players involved early on, throw the ball down the field. They have a pretty good quarterback, and he also has a brother who's his favorite target, as that's Caden Hardy, the quarterback, number 1, and number 19 is Nick Hardy, who is his brother, who is one of his favorite targets out there. So we're going to see Groves open up out of the shotgun here.
It's a family affair in this one tonight.
Comes up under center now. Looks like an offset eye. Fullback motions to the left, back to the right. Fake the handoff. He's looking deep, way down the field. He's got a man open at the goal line. It's caught for a touchdown. And just like that, I said they like to throw that ball deep. And they get a little play action on first down, and that is going to go for a 48-yard touchdown on the opening play of the offensive day for the Groves Falcons. Oh, man, that's number 19. Yep, his brother, Nicholas Hardy. The Hardy connection is going to try to rival the Kinney connection, and so far, it looks like Groves gets it done on a huge pass play to take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, it's a beautiful play. Misdirection. We'll see it after this extra point try again. But what a way to start for the Falcons. Coach Flaherty cannot be sad about that.
Oh, that's just a really nice direction. Looks like they bit on the play fake. Extra point is good, so a 7-0 Groves lead, as this one has just gotten underway as we see it here again.
Yeah, everything goes right. All the movement, the motion, and the quarterback. But then he turns his back, as we'll see after the snap, and he's got nothing but clear space in front of him. and throws it. I mean, this ball goes 50 yards in the air. It's a beautiful pass. He almost underthrew him. He kind of had to hold up for it, but he catches it at the 1, falls into the end zone. Beautifully done. And Groves is in business with this first score of the game, up 7-0, still 9:50 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, we're just getting underway here, and Groves throws a 48-yard bomb on first down on their first offensive play of the game, and now they're set to kick this one back to the Falcons, and they're going to definitely try to have a bounce-back drive here, at least pick up a first down and chew up some clock.
Well, it's don't blink, folks. That's how that went down, and that silenced the crowd on this side of the field. Over in the Seaholm faithful are in hushed silence. And there's a similar kickoff as we saw to start the game.
And this one looks like it's grabbed, but I don't know about this.
A lot of jumping around down there on the Falcons' part, but I don't think it was a turnover.
No,
Maybe it came loose. Couldn't tell from up here.
Maples' ball. I think it was just really good coverage there. Groves' specialty teams were definitely getting some praise from their sideline, but the Maples will start over on offense just at about the 26-yard line, so they're going to definitely try to bounce back. We'll see the kick again.
And this is going to be interesting to see how many more of those types of kickoffs that Groves tries tonight. Yeah, that's what it was. They were just all pumped up because of the stop.
No question about it. Now it looks like this veer back as Kinney's going to hand it off up. No, he's not. It fooled me as he pitches it around to the outside. And with blockers not in front of him anymore, he passes them, and Maples have that ball all the way down to the 30. And that is number 11, Ivan Bellew. Nope, that's Groves.
Jack
Lewis.
Lewis.
Jack Lewis.
Lewis again, and Lewis is a playmaker for them, having seen a few of the Seaholm games already this year. He's a big guy, and they use him in a variety of ways, especially coming out of the backfield. But they've split him out wide. He's caught passes. And you mentioned earlier, Nick, he's a defensive player as well. So here it is. They spring him, kind of fake out our camera team, which is a crack camera team, I might add. They're outstanding. But he looked like, and they call a hold.
Yeah, a hold back there. Yep, a hold back at the 41-yard line. So this is going to go back, looks like to the 29. So penalty occurred at the 39. 10-yard penalty, backs him up, so it'll be first down and about 6.
26.
Oh, geez. I'm just looking at the spot of the ball in the first down here based on the chains. It looks like it's first.
That's true. It does look like 1st and 6. Well, the scoreboard says 1st and 26.
Kinney keeps this one after the play fake around to the left side, bottled up at about the 36-yard line. So we'll see what the chains do here as they reset. It looks like it'll be.
They had it at first and 7, and that was a 7-yard pickup, so they give them a first down.
First and 10, but still that one hurts if you're the Maples. You got a big play on first down. Jack Lewis running around, faked me out, faked the camera crew out. And that's good because it apparently faked out the Groves Falcons defense. But that one hurts, comes back on a holding call, but a nice run on. Well, it was again first down, but the second play of the drive by Colton Kinney picks up the first down. He's lined up. He's got a single back behind him. He's under center. Little motion. They pass it backwards, and it looks like the Falcons have sniffed that one out. A little backwards pass as that one was thrown out the other way.
Yeah, this ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. It's a good thing he picked it up because that was essentially a lateral. And I'm telling you, folks, it's cold. It's wet out there. We were walking around on the field before the game, and it's very damp. It's been raining all day. At the moment, it does not appear to be raining. We're looking around. The umbrellas are in, and so and it is supposed to stay dry the rest of the night. But it's Michigan, folks. You never know.
You do never know. October in Michigan. There's a handoff. Looks like off left guard, and the Maples rumble forward for about 4 yards on second down. So this will bring up third down and about 6 or 7 to go here. So this will be a crucial third down as they're going to definitely be trying to answer the Groves touchdown on their last drive and put together a nice drive here. Colton Kinney, the quarterback, he's been around for a while. We've known him and his brother. They do it all at Seaholm.
They do. Big baseball players, too. And They're just athletes, athletic family, and yeah, I don't know where this team would be without either one of them.
Yeah, Colton now under center. And it's a fake one way, and now a good handoff the other way. This looks like Zach Lewis again as he scampers up the middle. Jack Lewis. And he looks to be hobbled a little bit as he comes limping off, but a really good play fake here as he comes limping off. Looks like maybe a little ankle tweak, a cramp, something, nothing too serious. He's squatted down now on the sideline, but a really good run there as he picks up a very important first down for this Maple offense. And pretty much anything exciting that's happened on offense has been Jack Lewis so far.
Has been the man,
11.
and you don't know where they'd be without him. And he, as I mentioned, he's been making plays all year long for them.
Kenny going to drop back out of the gun. He's got one back to his left. Now gets a motion man. He's going to fake it to him and run it up the middle. Makes a couple man miss, but the ball's on the ground, and it looks like initially, it looks like the Maples fell on it, and they do. The official has his hand up to signal second down, but that ball was put on the turf, and there was a couple Falcons in the neighborhood, but initially it looks like the Maples fell on it, and the officials agree, so that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, and that might be a function of that slippery turf and the slippery ball. Colton Kinney up the middle, he was gained a few yards, but boy, when that ball popped out, it went backwards. We'll see it here.
Put his head down.
Nice fake, and he just takes off.
Right.
Gets up there, and it was during the course of pushing forward that he lost the control of it.
Yeah, number 44, Joshua Hammonds, was there to rip that ball out. A really good strip. It's exactly how you're taught on defense to do it. It looks like we had a stoppage in play. And this might be a false start penalty, but either way, it looks like it is on the Maples. Yep. So the referee mic'd up here today. It says he was lined up in the neutral zone, which didn't know that was an offensive penalty, but nonetheless, it's a 5-yard procedure penalty on the Maples, so they're going to back it up and bring up second down and about 14. So now we'll have to see what Coach Jim DeWald can draw up here with his team down 7-0, 5:45 to go in the opening quarter. We're here with you tonight from Seaholm High School, the beautifully renovated athletic area here just this past year. It looks really nice, a very good crowd on hand. And it's a handoff up the middle and snuffed out. It looks like that one was Grandin Kinney, number 34, for the Maples. He picks up nothing, gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 14. So we'll see what they draw up here on 3rd and long. Colton Kinney getting the play right now, talking to his head coach. But a really good crowd on hand today. Both sides are full. The hill behind both end zones appear to be full. And just what you'd want to end this regular season. Both teams qualify already for the MHSAA state playoffs. As both teams having really good seasons. Groves 6-2, 4-1 in the MAC white, and Seaholm 7-1, and they are undefeated 4-0 in the OAA blue. Sorry, I said the MAC white. It's the OAA white that the Groves Falcons are in.
Yeah, you're back on this side.
I know. I'm forgetting. I'm west of DeQuinder,
yeah,
so I gotta.
Right. Welcome to Birmingham.
Adjust. That's right. That's right.
But they may face each other again in the playoffs, and that's happened before. It's you talk about a dream matchup. If you want drama, you're going to get it. You might get it again. So here's a good look at Coach DeWalt imparting wisdom to the fellas. I ran into him in a grocery store this summer.
How was that? Did he?
Oh, he did not ask me for my autograph. I was disappointed by that.
You're definitely the fame with those two.
But he recognized me. I'll give him credit. Now it's one of those things where, you're not used to seeing people in that forum. Like if you ran into one of your old teachers, say at a some sort of an event that you're not expecting to see them at. There I was, in the canned goods aisle here. Jim DeWalt pops out. It's like, I don't know what he was shopping for, but anyways, we had a nice chat, exchanged pleasantries, and just a great guy. Both these coaches are among our favorites.
Yeah, class acts, good for the kids, good for the sport. 3rd and 14, set up a wide receiver screen. Little stutter step there, making a man miss and putting his head down, getting close to that first down. And we'll see where they mark him. I think he got enough for the first down. That's number 44, Penn Roberts, coming in.
That is big.
And they get him to move the chains. I was a little nervous there. They set up the wide receiver screen, and he kind of hesitated a bit, but he made a couple guys miss and pick up a crucial first down for the Maples.
Yeah, there was some stopping and starting, and he just picked his way, just a little bubble screen right over the top of the line. A nice hesitation there, and then he just turns on the jets and plows forward for the needed 14 yards.
Colton Kinney under center here, 1st and 10 for the Maples from their 32. He's got the ball, keeps it to the left side, and he's bottled up. Looks like he picks up about 4 on first down. And they'll do those misdirections. Kinney likes to keep it just over the left tackle is usually his sweet spot, and his brother Grandin usually the one running between the tackles. And they'll mix in a few different guys to run it around the outside. They'll run Penn Roberts. They'll run Jack Lewis, who we've already seen, number 11 for the Maples. He was banged up after that good run that got called back due to the hold. It looks like he's back out there now. That's good to see. We got 2nd down and 5 to go after the first down pickup by Kinney. He hands this ball off up the middle. Rumbling forward is number 22, Sean Emerson. And it looks like he's going to pick up about 3 on 2nd down. So 3rd down and extremely manageable to go here after Emerson's 3-yard gain. And another important 3rd down for the Maples.
And with 3 minutes and just under now left in the first quarter, how do you think that time of possession looks compared to the scoreboard?
Yeah, you would not guess it if you're looking at it, but anyone who knows this Veer offense knows they're going to possess the ball, and I think that's what Coach Flaherty was thinking. He's like, let's take our chances when we can get them and see if we can score and try to take some of the wind out of their sails. A nice hit there, and the ball comes out, and it looks like that's a turnover. And it is. The Falcons pick up on a first down gain by the Maples, but the ball hits the turf, and the Falcons recover. That's number 44, Joshua Hammonds. He's the one who stripped the ball out the first time. The Maples were able to recover. This time, not so lucky, and Groves takes the ball back over, and they're going to pick it up 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. We'll see it again.
Yeah, Coach DeWalt's beside himself on this. The 2nd fumble. This time they lose it. And there it is. It pops free, only to have the Falcons fall on it, and they are in business now on the 18-yard line.
That was Kyle Robbins, the ball carrier, that lost that ball. And we're going to see, looks like a keeper up the middle. And I believe it was there. That was Caden Hardy, the quarterback, keeping that one for the Groves Falcons. Picks up 4 on first down. So they'll scrimmage from the 22-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down. Big number 74 is a guy to look out for on that offensive line. For the Falcons, that's Avery Gotch. He is drawing some attention from a lot of big Division I schools. Michigan State, just to name a few locals. And he's going to really be a good protection piece on that offensive line for Groves.
Yeah, he's going to be playing on Saturday next year, that's for sure.
There's a handoff the other way here. A good make a man miss. And he runs it up to the 50, 45, 40, and he's dragged down at the 35-yard line. A great gain on 2nd down by number 6 of the Falcons, Mario Campoilavasco, and a big first down run for Groves.
And he is just off to the races here. He comes around the outside to the right and shows a burst of speed that nobody could catch off that line. They finally do drag him down at the 35, but look at this. He just picks his way and uses all the field as he goes far to the right sideline and just scampers for a nice gain on Grove's side, and they are knocking on the door for another score here. They're still in the first quarter.
Gotch had a big block on the right tackle side that sprung that gain. There's Hardy. He's got all day to throw. Flags come down. Looks like it'll be a hold on the offense as that ball is thrown out of bounds. He did have all day, but flags came littering the field. We'll get the official call from the head referee.
We have more time when you're holding.
You definitely do, and they
That's the way it
definitely
works.
made that pocket hold a little bit longer, but the refs were all over it. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty here, and indeed back up the Falcons. So it'll stay first down, just first and 20 this time. And that ball was thrown out of bounds, so nothing quite happened from that. See the ball boy running out. He's got a tough job today to keep those balls nice and dry. He's got his little contraption out there.
He's got his yellow little ball bag.
Yep. No doubt.
I wonder if those balls are inflated to the proper.
I don't know if Tom Brady made his way down there or not beforehand. We have a timeout here on the field called by the Falcons of Groves. So with 1:10 remaining in the opening quarter, the Falcons lead this one 7-0. Andy, your thoughts from the first quarter play?
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, Seaholm has possessed the ball and far outweighed Groves in terms of time of possession. However, the scoreboard's the only one that matters, Nick, and it's 7-0 Groves right now, and they're still driving again. They've got a first and 20 now, but I've seen a little more speed, it looks like, out of Groves. The big offensive lineman there, he's got him. I've noticed nobody going around him.
No.
And he's a true talent. He's a big man. He moves very well athletically. And Seaholm, on the other hand, has gotten pretty much what they've wanted, minus the turnovers. Obviously, they can't cash in yet, but they've had some big plays of their own. So
yeah, they've had two really good plays. One was called back on a hold. The other one was the fumble. So definitely going to have to clean that up, and it's going to start with a stop here of the Groves Falcons as it's first down and 20 out of the timeout. Hardy hands the ball off to Campoy Lavasco, the running back, number 6. And he slithers his way forward for about a yard, so it'll bring up second down and 19, it looks like here, from the 43-yard line as the clock runs down inside 50 seconds in the opening quarter of play. Friday night football here in Birmingham. There's nothing quite like it as the two rival schools clash in the 68th all-time meeting. Seaholm leads the series 42-25 all-time, and it's second down and 19 to go. Hardy out of the shotgun as Campoy Lavasco to his right, throws out to the left side. Stumbling as the receiver gets his footing back and picks up about 10 yards, it looks like. Still going to be well short of a first down, as that looked like it was number 20. And I don't know, you know anything about that number 20, Andy, on Groves? Noah Sanders.
Noah Sanders.
Sounds eerily familiar.
The last name is familiar.
The number
to
is
some
familiar.
Football fans here in Detroit, and yeah, we're going to probably be calling his name again before this one's over.
Yeah,
Just guessing.
We'll talk about that as we will be back as we have an injury timeout here on the field. We'll be back. Score 7-0 Groves.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
And we are back here in this first quarter as time winding down after the injury to Sean Emerson, the running back. He was banged up as he makes his way off the field. And Andy, the first quarter comes to a close now after that injury, so just in time to run that clock. Your thoughts from this first quarter?
Yeah, Emerson coming off, but looks like he's going to be okay. He's another playmaker for Seaholm who's done some big things for them this year. But basically, interesting game. Seaholm's had the ball most of the time. Groves is up 7-0, so it should be an interesting next quarter and the following two after that.
We'll have more action from Seaholm right after this. Welcome back for the second quarter of play. 7-0 Groves on top. First play here is a throw out to the left side, and a huge hit was laid there. Woo-wee. Mario Campoy Lavasco made the catch, did a good job to hold on. But it looks like number 11, Jack Lewis, made a hit on defense, as we've seen him make many explosive plays on offense. Secures the hit there, and this will bring up a 4th down and about 10, so a loss of 3 on the play, and it looks like the offense going to stay on the field for the Falcons.
4th and 10. We'll take a look at that hit, and it was a whopper and a half. Watch it here. Bam.
Good job.
Him out.
Yeah, just to hold
Lewis
on to that
is
ball.
all over, man. Offense, defense, this guy's a player.
Hardy out of the gun, takes the snap. He's got all day to throw. Pumps a couple times to the left, looks. He's got a good offensive tackle over there, clearing the way. Now he reverses field. He's running back to the left. Still looks like he wants to throw. He does. Flag down on the play. Ball's thrown, and it's dropped at the goal line there. And it looks like there's a little disagreement between teammates. Not sure if the play would have mattered. Flags are in the backfield, so it looks like a holding would have been the call anyways on the Falcons. We'll get the official call. Yes, and that's exactly what it was.
Hands to the face even.
Yeah.
So they're going to decline that. But this ball, after a lot of scrambling, went to the goal line, and 2 players converged on it. And I don't know who was. I think they both were kind of looking at each other after it fell to the turf. But like you said, Nick, it didn't matter. It was going to be called back no matter what.
Yeah, it looked like it was Noah Woods, number 8, the one who made the drop that hit him right in the chest. There was another receiver in the area behind him. Look at this, though. You see number 74, Avery Gotch. Looks like he commits a little hold, and that's exactly where it was. A good throw.
Oh.
Yep. Oh, man, it looked like Chris Little was tracking that ball for Groves, and Noah Woods got right in his way. As we see Colton Kinney on the keeper, runs it right up the middle, and a good gain on first down. He's down, though. The ball comes loose after. But the officials all over it saying the ball came out after he was down. So that'll be a gain of 14 on first down. And a reset of the downs for the Maples. And a great gain by Kinney there on first down.
Yeah, they've got to work on ball security, though. This is the 3rd time the ball's come out. And he was down barely, but they just allowed Seaholm to keep possession after he did dribble the ball away, unfortunately for them, but fortunately they were able to keep it.
Kinney has the ball now, or he's taking the snap under center, and he fakes the handoff, keeps it on the inside. The veer option working here on a couple plays in a row, off to the right side. Gain of 9 on first down by number 2, Colton Kinney, on a good fake. And on those plays, it is the quarterback option to pull the ball or keep it if he feels he can get a better gain himself. He'll read that defense here as we see him fake it. His eyes are downfield the whole time, so he pulls that ball out from his running back and says, I'm going to keep this one.
Yeah,
and
2 hands, too.
Made the right choice there, gaining, it's like about 8.5 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and a short 2 or a long 1. Kinney under center here, 1 running back, couple tight ends, man in motion. And he's going to drop back and pass here, throws it deep, and looks like that was into double coverage. I think he was just hoping to get lucky there as the offensive line kind of broke down on him, and he had to force that throw a little earlier than he had hoped. A couple of Groves Falcons in coverage there, and it'll bring up 3rd down and a long 1.
Yeah, he was losing time, and quickly here we'll take a quick look. That was the world was coming in upon him, and he did just sort of lofted it up into double coverage like you mentioned, but ball falls harmlessly to the turf, and it's going to leave a 3rd and 1 for Seaholm.
See what they draw up here. Kinney has it, fakes the handoff, keeps it again, and stumbles forward over the 40-yard line to the 38. And that'll be enough for a Maples first down. So with 9:34 to go in the opening half, the Maples appear to be driving, trailing by 1 touchdown here. So they're going to need to eat up some clock, do what they do best, and hopefully get rewarded with some points here on this drive.
And Kinney seems to be good for 2 or 3 no matter what on that veer option when he keeps it himself. So they needed 1. They kept the ball in his hands, and he was successful.
He's under center here. 1st and 10 for the Maples. They scrimmage from the 38-yard line. And he fakes the handoff, pitches to the outside. This looks like that's number 21, Kyle Robbins, who fumbled the ball in the opening quarter, but they're giving him the ball again as he keeps it on the pitch out to the right side and picks up 6.
Yeah, Robbins has been an important player for them this year as well. He's a go-to guy, and he got himself a nice 6-yard gain on that coming around the outside on the pitch.
Looks like Groves has been, getting Kinneyed to death up the middle, and whether it be Grandin or Colton. So when they pitch it to the outside and see someone different, you got to try to lock it down here. 2nd down and 4 to go. Ball from the 32-yard line. Kinney hands the ball up the middle, and not much happening. They get the ball down to the 30, as it looks like that was Grandin Kinney, as he does most of the between the tackle running, number 34 for the Maples. The Maples wearing their home blacks today with maroon helmets, maroon numerals with white trim. And the Falcons wearing their road white uniforms with, it looks like, greenish black numerals with their green helmets with their yellow details on it to show player of the game and other fun stickers that they may earn throughout the year.
I always say, is it really a road game? I mean, they're half a mile or a mile away from school.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, UCLA, they drive an hour and a half to get to their home stadium?
Yeah, right. And these guys don't. We got a flag down here. It looks like they're going to see who this was on. Someone lined up on the neutral zone. Did someone draw someone offside? The refs have a powwow, because this is a big penalty here. If this is on the defense, it'll result in a 1st down for the Maples. It's Coach DeWalt out there at the numbers trying to get an explanation about just about standing on the flag.
Yeah, you'd almost want to think he's going to pick it up and throw it in the air again, right?
Exactly. This looks like a false start. So
he's not happy.
That is not a good penalty to have. He wants an explanation here, so he's going to get that. It looks like there's motion on both sides. It did look like the motion came first from the offense, so the right call made there on the field, and now it'll take this from a 3rd and 2 to a 3rd and 7. So now this might change the play call a little bit. Before you might have seen a Colton Kinney run. Now they might have to get a little bit more creative here to convert here on 3rd down. Kinney under center, looks around. Wide receivers get set. One man in the backfield, it's Grandin Kinney. Man in motion. And it's a handoff to Grandin up the middle, and he rumbles forward, puts his head down to get that extra push past the 29-yard line, and enough for a Maple 1st down. A good play call on 3rd and 7. Number 34, Grandin Kinney picks up the 1st.
It was a nice play, and they did some nice blocking for him to spring him for that available yardage they needed. The 7 yards, they got that, and just a couple more. So 1st and 10, they're on the 26-yard line. And once again, they're driving, but they have not been able to put any points on the board yet. So
this is where their last drive stalled. They're approaching the red zone. Ball on the 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Kinney under center. And he fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, running out right, getting over the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. And that's a good gain on 1st down by Colton Kinney.
Makes you wonder where they'd be without him, huh?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. There are a couple quarterbacks on this depth chart, but it really makes you think. He is so important, calling his own number, and he's a big frame, so for him to just put his head down and get some extra yards falling forward every time, keeping his legs churning, is oh so important. 2nd down and 3 to go now. Ball on the 19. Kinney will be under center. Brother Grandin lined up as the lone back. Fakes it to him. Another fake. Now running to the left side. And, a good fake there to get outside and get out of some defenders there by number 22, Sean Emerson. There was a lot of moving parts on that play. A fake handoff, fake pitch, and then a flip. And that's enough for a 1st down. They'll bring up 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line for the Maples.
And Emerson's a guy who does not go down easily. He will take a hit, and there you see a couple of them, and he squirts free, and he takes 2 more defenders with him and gets enough to get them in a goal-to-goal situation.
Kinney under center now. A couple tight ends and a running back lined up behind him. He keeps it, pitches it out here to the right side. The stagger, stunner, step, and slowing down as they get close to the goal line, and that looks like, again, that's Kyle Robbins, the ball carrier. It looks like he should have probably just put his shoulder down and sprinted to that goal line. He slowed down.
Yeah, too much dancing, and it's easy for us to say up here, but if he had busted straight ahead, instead he hesitated, and that gave some of the defense time to catch up to him.
Yeah, I think he can beat his defender to the corner, and that's all he needed to do to try to tie this game up. Second down and goal, ball on the 3. Kinney under center. Looks like a bunch formation to the right, one out wide, and a lone back. They hand it to Grandin Kinney, and he gets across the goal line for a Seaholm Maples touchdown. So pending the extra point, this game has a chance to be tied, and the Maple faithful, the student section, is getting after it, making some noise here on a cold, chilly night here at Seaholm. Grandin Kinney finding the end zone on a 3-yard touchdown.
Well, they needed that one. I think that goes without saying, but this is a very important extra point. Every point important in this game. Right down the middle. So, we are tied, and this has been a heck of a first half, Nick, I gotta say.
Little back and forth. We've seen a little bit of everything. Some turnovers, some penalties, a couple of touchdowns, and a good run. Hard nose up the middle. Good job by the offensive line. And the Maples, the home team, tie this up. So now we're going to see, this is an important game. These teams met in the postseason last year, and they did it a couple of times, but last year both wins were for Groves last season, in the regular season 14-7, and in the district playoff game 26-12. And both teams have had some success of late. Groves has only missed the playoffs twice since 2011. Seaholm has only missed once since 2018. That's a little bit more recent, but overall, though, Seaholm has kind of owned this, and Groves done a little bit lately to try to turn it back as they've won the last 4 meetings.
Yeah, Groves really kind of rained on Seaholm's parade last year. Seaholm came in flying high, even higher than this year, and Groves said, no, that was not going to be their thing. They had another crack at them in the playoffs, and they won again. So there's a score to be settled out here tonight. You know the Maples are hungry to take this win, continue their great season, and go into the playoffs on some momentum.
Wesley Billings set to kick it off for the Maples here. This will be an important defensive stand. Kicks it back into the goal, past the goal line into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And Groves will take over here with 5:10 to go in the opening half. Tie game. And this will be a very important drive, Andy, to see how Groves can respond after having this game tied up, and see how the Maples defense can respond now, having this game be tied.
Yeah, it does not feel like Groves has had the ball that much. I mean, honestly, they've had a couple of drives. The first one was a one-play drive. You like that when you end up with a 50-yard touchdown bomb. But other than that, it feels like they're sort of untapped on their offense in terms of what they've got to show yet. This is a spread formation, so they're looking like they're going to pass it.
Caden Hardy, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. He fakes the handoff, and he drops back. He's got a long time now. His pocket collapses, and he gets out of the grasp of a defender and keeps it himself. He's running to the left side past the 35 and runs out of bounds away from a defender at about the 38-yard line. So a very good gain of 18 on first down on what was a broken play. It looked like he was looking deep the whole time, and he had a good amount of time to look and throw the ball down the field, but then the pocket collapsed, and he had to do what he does best and scamper out for 18 yards.
Yeah, he did that, and then as he was walking back or running back to the huddle, he went down. I don't know if he stepped on somebody's foot or what. He kind of came out of that limping a little bit, but here you see the elusiveness. I mean, he's left, he's right. They've got him around the ankle, and he squirts free and just goes. He's off to the races, and he's got a lot of speed.
Yeah, a good burst there for sure. And it looks like now we have a timeout called by the Falcons. So really time for Hardy to catch his breath after that nice run. They're going to try to probably now put together a drive here and maybe eat this clock down, get the last score before the break.
Yeah, but Hardy, he's a threat. I mean, he's shown where he can throw on the run. He's tough to bring down in that pocket. He dances all over the place. And when he gets free, he's got speed, and he's able to run away from his people. And there's our cameraman, Mike Kottmeyer, down there, and he's about to get bowled over by a team of football players. But Mike is fearless. There he is, running out of the picture, getting in all kinds of people's ways, players, referees, coaches.
They're all in his way. Come on now.
That's right.
Who's more important out there?
That's right. Our camera people are more important.
That's right. It'll bring up first down and 10, ball on the 38-yard line, handoff to the left to Camp Boy Lavasco, and a good Hardy run on first down. Some extracurricular behind the play. No flag. That looks like Aiden Gotch getting into it with Grandin Kinney behind the play. A couple of big bodies flopping around there, but a good run on first down by number 6 of the Falcons, Mario Campoy Lavasco. He had a really nice run on their last drive that got him into some great field position. It'll bring up second down and 4.
Ooh, they tried to strip that ball out on that time. That's happening on every single play now.
Second down and 4. Hardy out of the gun as it's like back to his left. A couple motion men. Hands it off to Campoy Lavasco, and he runs off right tackle. Rumbling forward for about 3. Making it third down and 1. The ball will be at the 47-yard line. So to see what comes up here and what kind of play call they'll run, as we see a substitution. Noah Sanders subbing out. Chris Little subbing out. So a couple of their speed weapons out on this play, and they bring in the big package now. Look for this to be a run up the middle. We'll see Hardy under center for the first time. He's been out of the shotgun. They've run that spread style offense. Looks like an offset eye to the right. And it looks like there's a movement there on defense. I think this is going to be offside. No, they're saying he was drawn off. So a false start moves this ball back. So it goes from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6. Be interesting to see here.
Well, this is
who
one of those
moved
where the
first.
defense might have forced the offense to no, there he is.
Right here,
Yep.
60, what was that, 63?
63.
Yep, so that was Amari Hairston moving. I thought they had the motion man at first because it looks like they had a man in motion on offense, which I don't think that would have been guilty Hardy, but also fooled the left tackle, Hairston, as well. Hardy rolls out, gets a good block. He's rolling out to the right on the run. He's going to keep this one now. He pitches it forward, and I think he was past the line of scrimmage, first and foremost. There's a lot of flags littering the field across the entire field. I think he got hit out of bounds, and then the receiver who hit it after it bounced was also hit from behind. And I also think this was an illegal forward pass by Hardy as he threw the ball past the line of scrimmage. We'll let the referees situate all the laundry that's now out on the field.
Other than that, everything was
perfect.
perfect.
Everything was great other than all that went awry. So
Yeah, he should have just tucked it and kept running. I don't know what he was doing throwing the ball at that point.
He's
that was
definitely past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, he'd made a gain. He was 3 or 4 yards
Yeah.
past the line, I think.
Yeah, so a lot to think about. And then I think he took a lick on the sideline. The receiver who caught the ball on a bounce, mind you, so incomplete pass, was mad, but I don't think the hit on him was illegal.
So
And
you
they're-
can't catch the ball on a bounce.
No, not like rugby
okay,
or
I get
arena.
it. I understand now.
So there were 2 penalties on the offense there, and the penalty looked like there was a hold behind the play, and the one that was accepted, the illegal forward pass, which we thought, so that's a 5-yard penalty that results in a loss of down. So now that'll back things up to make it 4th and 10 from the 38-yard line. So the Falcons bring the punting unit on to kick this one back to the Maples. So a good defensive stand after their touchdown and they'll have a chance to take the lead before the half if everything goes well on this punt.
Yeah, they're going to have 3 minutes and change here when they receive this punt, so we'll see what happens. They're going to let it fly, and takes kind of a lateral bounce.
And down at the 30-yard line by Groves, and that is where the Maples will take over. 3:05 to go in the second quarter. And we'll see the Veer offense at work. Colton Kinney, his brother Grandon Kinney, who scored on the last drive for the Maples. A good defensive stand. They'll have a chance to take the lead here. Just over 3 to go.
And they've got a couple timeouts. They're going to see what they can do. This is, they've got some breathing room on the 30, but, they dearly like to take the lead into the locker room at halftime. The way this game has been played, it's really been very, very evenly matched. There's a player coming on the field at the very last second.
Yeah,
they're ready to go now.
Really late substitution, so the wide receiver telling quarterback to stop this one. Kinney drops back, throws, it's caught down at about the 36-yard line, a gain of 6 on first down. Kinney just couldn't quite hit him in stride, so the receiver had to slide down to make the catch, as that was
Lewis again.
Yep.
That man.
Lewis Sullivan.
Jack Lewis.
Oh, it was Jack Lewis. I thought it was number 9.
I think he's 11. Let's see it here.
Yep, it was out the other way, number 9.
Yeah, you're right. If he catches
Lewis
him in
Sullivan
stride.
was the other man out there. And there's a keeper by Colton Kinney. Now it's a pitch option out to the left side and up for a first down, and they're going to get the ball up to the 45-yard line. Clock stops with every first down until the chains reset. So that'll be crucial as they keep this ball on the ground. A good play there on second down for the Maples. A QB option pitch out to the left side. And I believe that was number 21. Nope, that was your boy, number 11, Zach Lewis again.
Jack Lewis.
Jeez, I'm all over the place.
We got your back, Nick.
I called...
They went to him again. He tried to pull it in with one hand on that particular exchange, but, he's only Superman so often, frankly.
Yeah,
so.
That one's probably better that he let that one go down to the turf, get the clock to stop. He might have taken a big lick there, so it'll be second down and 10 to go from the 45-yard line. And some substitutions here as the Maples will bring in a couple offensive weapons here, see what they draw up on second down. 2:04 to go, second quarter. Kinney looks to be out of the shotgun. Nope, under center. And a couple fakes and then a pitch out. And a good job just to move it back past the line of scrimmage, as it looks like the defense had the ball carrier wrapped up well behind the line, and he was able to just power forward, as that's number 22, Sean Emerson again, who had that ball and rumbled forward to gain 2 yards. It'll bring up third down and 8. Kinney getting the play call from head coach Jim DeWald.
Yeah, there were no less than 2 or 3 fakes on that particular play, and Groves was having none of it. They were sniffing it out, and even still, he was able to fall forward to get, like you say, past that line of scrimmage for an extra yard, maybe 2. It's going to leave a 3rd and 8 now.
Not much time here. Play clock down to 3 seconds. They have to hustle to get to the line, and Coach DeWald going to have to burn a timeout here, as that didn't look like they were going to get that play off with the newly incorporated play clock at the MHSAA level to keep things going. It used to be a time where you could just really run that clock down and it didn't really matter as long as you weren't being obvious about it. And now they've incorporated the 25-second play clock, which I personally am a fan of, to keep things going, keep things fair, and give both teams a chance here, as there's a minute 12 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think the play clock has been a good idea to incorporate here in the high school level. Like you said, there was once upon a time you could kind of just get away with a little extra and drag your feet around, and I think it's kind of like the running clock in soccer, where it's like the discretion of the referee of whether or not exactly what was going to happen there. But essentially, you could stall and stall some more and stall, and then finally you'd say, "Oh, delay a game." Well, based on what? I mean, exactly what? Yeah, that was kind of weird. But now they've got a clock. It's all official. And Coach DeWald's probably not happy they had to burn a timeout there. I mean, they are driving a little bit here. They picked this timeout or this first down up, and they still would have over a minute to get it into field goal range at the very least, and to take that lead going into the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, they're down to one timeout left now as they scrimmage just on their own side of the 50. Handoff goes up the middle, and a whole lot of nothing. A good defensive stand, as that was Sean Emerson, the ball carrier, and it'll bring up 4th down and 8, and now a timeout coming the other way. We'll see.
Well, you'd think Seaholm's going to punt. They want to push Groves back here.
You would think it would make the most sense to punt this ball away. You don't want to give Groves a really shortened field here before the end of the half. So Groves will burn their final timeout here to talk things over, as there looks to be a pretty good powwow going on for Seaholm, which makes me think they might have an offensive play called and designed for a situation like this.
Well, you'd have to be real careful. If you're going to fake it, you better make it, because Groves would get the ball back with roughly 50 seconds left. Now, they are out of timeout, so that could impede what they can do offensively just before the buzzer sounds here. The horn goes off before halftime. But, if it's me, I'm punting the ball. I'm going to get it out of here.
100%. We know that Caden Hardy definitely has a good, strong throwing arm, the quarterback for Groves, as we've seen him throw a 48-yard touchdown to open this game. So definitely he can throw the ball from where they're at even right now. And it looks like the punting unit will be out there as Wesley Billings does the kicking duties. He does the punting duties as well, as he's back to kick this one away for the Maples. Snap's good, and he handles it, and it's a good one. Punts it back out and hits it about the 18, takes a lateral bounce, and is downed by the Maples at the 17-yard line. So that is where Groves will take over. 51 seconds to go here in the opening half, and our score is deadlocked at 7.
It's been a great game. I mean, you have to admit, there's been some big plays, there's been some great runs, there's been some nice sticks on defense, fundamentally sound. Been a few penalties, nothing too far out of the ordinary, but there's the brain trust of the Seaholm Maples, the man in charge, stalking the sidelines like a field general that he is, and Coach Flaherty on the other side of the field doing the same thing. And so they've got stuff to work on. They've got stuff to be proud of at halftime, but we'll see what Groves can do with their last possession of the half.
Looks like Caden Hardy will start under the gun. Looks like 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. He looks left. Now he's going to look back right. Throws over the middle, got a man open, and that's enough for a first down. And that is his favorite target, brother Nick Hardy, who had the touchdown catch earlier in this game, and that's a nice gain on first down. Clock stops to move the chains. Hurry up offense activated. Hardy is back looking to throw again. Passes out to the right. Got his brother Nick again. Bobbles it for a second. Holds on. Gets out of bounds. Right around the first down stick. Ball at the 41, but he got out of bounds to stop the clock. So a gain of 9 on first down, and so far a good efficient drive. 2 passes, 2 catches, 2 stoppages of the clock. And the Hardy boys, we could call them here, are moving the ball.
Yeah, this is nice. He does bobble it. He maintains his composure, however, and his focus and concentration, and he makes a nice gainer.
Out of the gun here, 2nd and 1, ball on the 41. Hardy looks, throws now. He's got Little, and it's through his hands, almost intercepted. But that'll fall harmlessly to the ground, and it'll bring up 3rd and 1 from the 41. 36 seconds to go is when the clock ran a couple extra ticks, so I'm not sure if they'll put any time back on, but clock reads 34 seconds right now, but the clock was ticking a little bit there, so we'll see. It looks like they're going to play on from 34 seconds, and Hardy will break huddle with the Groves Falcons. Shotgun set, one back to his right. It's Campoy Lavasco, 3 receivers. Out of the gun, takes it. Looks like a design quarterback run up the middle. He works his way back to the left, and he's got a lane. And he's going to get the first down over the 45-yard line and slide. That'll stop the clock until they move the chains. 24 seconds to go, and now the Falcons hurrying. And it looks like they might clock this one, and they do. So it'll bring up second down. Clock it to stop the clock with 22 seconds to go before halftime.
And I'm not sure what going down did for him there. I mean, he'd already gotten the first down, yes, so the clock was going to stop while they moved the chains. They're running out of time, but he might have been able to make a couple extra yards. There's still a good 25, 30 yards or more outside of the field goal range, but they've put some nice plays together here, just gotten the ball with 52 seconds left. They're down to 22 now and a 2nd and 10.
Crowd making some noise. Hardy out of the gun. 2nd down and 10 to go. 22 seconds left before the half. Hardy's got time. Looks, throws out to the left. This is caught. And getting out of bounds is the tight end Noah Woods, number 8 for the Falcons.
Yeah, and Woods could have turned it upfield for a couple more yards, but he elects to go out of bounds. And we'll take a look at how this play transpires. A nice pass, a beautiful sideline pass here. And he had nobody near him for several yards, but here looks like we're getting some rain coming down.
Yeah, it could have altered it. Oh, yeah, look it up by the lights. It's really coming down out there, spiraling. But the fans now, I see some hoods up, a lot of umbrellas. Yeah, it's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Hardy throws complete out to the left side to his brother Nick. Gets out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So not quite enough for a first down, but gets out of bounds, stopping the clock with 13 seconds to go. 2nd down and 2. And I would like to think that they're thinking touchdown here. I don't think they're going to play for 3.
Well, they don't have any timeouts, first of all, so they're going to have to keep working the sidelines. And even if they're able to get a completion down the middle where they're within reasonable field goal range, they're going to have to run up to the line of scrimmage and clock it again. Don't know if they have time to do that with 13 seconds right now.
Hardy out of the gun, one back to his right, 3 receivers right. Looked like there was some motion ahead of time, no call. And it looks like the hook and ladder play out to now number 20, Noah Sanders. And he gets out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And I'm with Coach DeWalt there. It looked like the left tackle jumped a little bit early, but not detected. And now it's a designed hook and ladder to Chris Little. Pitches out to number 20, Noah Sanders. And it's a first down. With 5 seconds to go, clock stopped as he was able to get out of bounds.
And they're not going to try a field goal, it appears. They're
going to take a shot.
Take a shot at the end zone here.
Yeah, it looks like there's 4 receivers, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, 1 running back to the left of Caden Hardy. He's out of the gun. Ball from the 25-yard line. He drops back, got all day, looks, loads, throws to the left side. It's going to be a jump ball into double coverage, and that ball is intercepted in the end zone. And that's how the half will come to an end. A good ball. He put it in the area of his brother, number 19, Nick Hardy. There was also 2 defenders there. I think that ball was intercepted. Nonetheless, that's how the half will end with our score, Seaholm 7 and Groves 7. We'll be back with an analysis of the first half after this on BACB Sports.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back inside Birmingham Seaholm High School. We get set to kick off the second half in a dead stalemate. 7-7 here between the Groves and the Maples. And Andy, that first half, really we had a little bit of everything as we went a little bit back and forth. Groves struck first, and Seaholm answered and had some good defensive stands. What did you take away from half number one?
Well, for only a 7-7 score, it felt like a lot more happened than that. We saw long pass plays. We saw a lot of penalties. We saw some fumbles. We saw no fights, thankfully. So everybody kept their cool, including the coaches, by the way, I might add. Let's tip a cap to both those guys because they're wound pretty tight down there on a night like tonight. But well-played game so far. I mean, I don't see where either side has had a tremendous advantage. So this second half should be stupendous and outstanding.
Yeah, it really should. In that opening drive from Groves, it lasted one play. We thought maybe that they would have the big advantage, but they were never able to pull away, and Maples kicked off to start the second half. Groves will scrimmage from the 30-yard line. It's Caden Hardy under center. He hands the ball off to Noah Sanders, but that's blown up in the backfield by the Maples. That's number 4, Alejandro Roth, making the play, and he knew about it. He said it ain't easy being breezy as he blows that up. He just comes in unblocked. Number 20, Noah Sanders, was the ball carrier, son of Lions legend Barry Sanders.
Yeah, and there's no mention as to whether or not Barry is in the building. He has come to some of the Groves games this year. I can't speak to how many exactly. I know he's been at a few, but he keeps a very low profile and wants to keep this spotlight on his son. Which is great.
That's the way it should be. He definitely can be a great resource for his son. His son now received an offer from Toledo in Ohio in the MAC, a D1 program. So, he's now decided that, hey, this is something I think I want to do. He was telling his dad, Barry, and Barry said, if you're serious, we will do this. I'll help you out any way I can. You've been doing a lot of training, doing hurdles, and now he's trying to make it all happen here on the field in a rivalry game on Friday Night Football at Seaholm.
Yeah, I could scarcely think of a better person to give you pointers if you're young Sanders
Is it
than
Steve
your
Rhoda?
father. Yeah, well, Steve Rhoda could give you some pointers if he wanted to be in television, I guess. Looking deep. Look at this one.
Deep throw from Caden Hardy. It's underthrown, kind of a wounded duck thrown up in there. He got the matchup he wanted. It was 21 Chris Little running out down the right side, but good coverage by the Maples, and not the best throw, and a good stand to start the second half by the Maples defense. That'll bring up 4th and 11, and Groves will kick this ball back to Seaholm.
Yeah, that ball just sort of fluttered in the air there and fell harmless to the turf. We're getting weather. There's no doubt about it. It's been raining on and off. There's quite a healthy breeze out there, too, so we'll see. It should be an adventure for these kicks as well.
Groves punts this ball back. Maples going to let this one bounce. It takes a big Groves hop and will come to a stop at about the 22-yard line. That's where the Maples will take over for their first possession of the second half. 10:04 to play here in quarter number 3. Seaholm and Groves deadlocked at 7 here in the regular season finale. And as we've mentioned, the 68th all-time meeting between these two rival schools. Seaholm comes into this one on a 6-game winning streak, coming off of a 42-22 win last week against Oak Park. That you could see all the coverage right here on BACB Sports. Brad Fetters and my partner here today, Andy Aubrey, called that game. And Groves, now on defense, come in on a 4-game winning streak, defeating Ferndale by a 49-0 score last week. So both teams bringing highs into this one, and both really having impressive seasons thus far as they'll come to a close here tonight. Groves 6-2, 4-1 in their division, and Seaholm 7-1, 4-0 in theirs. So first play goes for about 3 yards on this Maple drive as we saw Colton Kinney hand this ball off to his brother.
And I think it's safe to say, Nick, we're not going to see a running clock in this one.
No, I don't think so. We've seen it before here as Kinney pitches this one out to the left side. That's number 11, your guy, Jack Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis is he's a player's player out there, and he just keeps doing it. He keeps churning forward. And Seaholm is on the move here a little bit early in the third quarter with a little pitch.
Just this playbook has to be a very tough one to learn, but once you learn it, you know all players are bought in. There's so many motions, so many misdirections. These guys have executed pretty well here tonight, as we saw both running backs motion, and then we saw Lewis take that ball around the outside. Colton Kinney puts his head down, drags himself forward for about 3 yards on first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Maples.
And it's a tough offense to defend against because there's so many different options. And you've got to, especially if your quarterback is capable of making quick decisions, and Coach DeWall obviously trusts Colton Kinney because he's got that ability to pull it back, pitch it out, run with the ball himself. Obviously, he's made tremendous amount of yardage doing that so far tonight on this offense, as we've seen all year for them. We got a Seaholm player down at the moment, right in front of the Seaholm bench.
Number 21.
Is it 22 or 1?
21. Yep, that looks like it's Kyle Robbins.
Robbins is an important player. He
gets up now.
Hobbling.
He's limping pretty good here as he went down near the sideline. Didn't really get a chance to see what happened. But nonetheless, it'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Maples. They'll have to do it, at least for the time being, without running back Kyle Robbins. We've seen him out of the slot in the defensive backfield and lined up in the offensive backfield, so he's done a little bit of everything here tonight for the Maples. Colton Kinney gets the play call from the sideline under center. Brother Grandin in the backfield. And he hands it to him, and he's going to go untouched up the middle. He's got defenders on his back, and he takes it across the 35-yard line, and a huge gain and a 1st down for Seaholm.
And that gets the crowd going. They definitely got the home field advantage in that regard. And that one woke them up. And it's a big gainer now towards the 35-yard line of the Falcons. And Seaholm hurries up to the line. They get this thing moving quickly.
Same formation here. Grandin Kinney in the backfield, lined up behind his brother. This time, Colton going to keep it. Runs it around the outside to the left. And fights his way down to about the 30-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 as we get another look of the run that got them the 1st down, just right up the middle, right over center by big number 34, Grandin Kinney. And we've seen him do it all season long. As look at that hole opens up by the offensive line. And he takes that one into the secondary. 2nd down and 5. Colton Kinney under center. And he keeps it again to the left, pitches this one out to Lewis, and he gets down inside the 25. Coach DeWalt not happy about something. He's screaming back towards his own players. Now looks like he's yelling at Jace Luger. Wanted him to run up forward down the field. And Jace coming out of the game now after taking an earful from his head coach.
Oh, yeah. That's he's coming back for him, too. Look. Okay.
Oh, good block there.
Yeah. Well, it's the little things that win you these games, right? Yeah, Coach DeWalt making his feelings felt.
There's some motion now. Kinney keeps it again over now the right side. Makes a guy miss. Runs over a couple more defenders. And it's going to take about 4 Falcons to bring him down. He flexes on him and picks up a 1st down inside the 15. Chains will move. Inside 7 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. Clock running. And so is the Maple offense.
Yeah, Groves looking just a little defeated all of a sudden on defense. They're kind of walking around slow like they're getting tired. There's a lot of football left to be played in this one, though.
Kinney hands it off to his brother, Grandin Kinney. Gets stuffed just outside the 11, ball on the turf. But well after the play, no one even really ran for it there, as it'll fall harmlessly to the ground. But pick up of about 2 or 3 on 1st down. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 for this Maple offense.
Looks like the rain has let up for now. We were seeing sideways rain during halftime. It was an adventure if you were a trombone player, I'm sure.
I bet. And Kinney keeps it running right, pitches now to the right side, and it's got his man over the goal line, and a touchdown for number 5, Brock Hartwig, for the Maples, and they take the lead in the third quarter.
Well, their first lead of the game, and it's a doozy.
Just a good play
They got
call.
Lewis up on the big board, but it was number 5, in fact. And just a beautiful run. He cut it inside. I'm sure we'll get a look in a moment, but it was just a really kind of a pulse-pounding run, and they are going to go for the extra point. We've seen Seaholm go for 2 a number of times this year, but they're going to go high percentage, see if they can take the full 7-point lead.
Wesley Billings on for the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. And now it's a 14-7 lead for the Maples as we see Colton Kinney run now to the right, which most of the time it had been to the left, and really not many defenders for Hartwig to get around, and he's got a huge hole, and he's scampering in for an 11-yard Maple touchdown, and more importantly, the lead here in the second half.
Yeah, he was barely touched. Guy got a hand on him as he was crossing the goal line, and he's fired up, as are the entire Seaholm Maples team. And now it's going to be incumbent upon their defense to hold on to this lead that their offense has given them. In the meantime, turning point in this game for Groves. They've got to make something happen on this drive, and they don't want to let those taillights get too far in the distance on them if you're the Falcons, because Seaholm has some momentum. They came out of the locker room, and they were all jazzed up, and they succeeded on a very nice long drive here in this third quarter.
Seaholm already got a stop defensively as they kicked the ball to Groves to start this half. So a stop here, I think you can officially say momentum has fully shifted back to the home team, but this is a very important offensive possession for Coach Flaherty and the Groves Falcons.
Yeah, and they've got a team who can strike quickly, as we saw in their very first play of the game, that long 48-yard touchdown pass, and they don't need that. They need, probably, if anything, they could use a long drive to do some ball possessing of their own and chew up some clock, and hopefully, again, for them, culminate in a touchdown. They've got to at least get some points here so they keep this one close.
Yeah, not only would it kind of get the clock right if they can take a big, long offensive drive, but also bring some confidence that their offense can do that, get it both working on the ground and through the air. Short kickoff, almost bobbled for a second by number 25 on Groves, and now he was running parallel, now making men miss across the 40 to the 45. There is a flag down on the near side, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here as we saw that return. And we'll get the call from the official here. Needless to say, Groves will start. Just a matter of where they'll start from. So this will be a holding against Groves during that return. So it'll back him up, and they'll start their second drive of the half from the 37-yard line. We'll see that again.
I didn't see the hold. It's probably going to be off of our screen because it happened near the Seaholm bench, but
Hladke was making guys miss, number 25 of the return team.
Heck of a run.
For
Yeah,
Groves,
really
spinning.
nice
He was
return.
running sideways to start, took a lick to his face mask, and kept on chugging along. So now we'll see Caden Hardy and this Falcon offense for the second time this half. Sanders in motion. They're going to fake it to him, and Hardy's going to keep it, run up the middle. Number 1, the quarterback, on a design quarterback option. And he picks up 5 on first down. That'll bring up second down from the 42-yard line for Groves. Falcons break huddle, 2 wide receivers to the left. It's Little and Sanders. Mario Campo-Lavasco is the running back who has it now, running over right tackle and stumbling forward, getting about 2 yards up to near the 45, or that'll bring up 3rd down for the Falcons. Little run there, not much doing as it was out of the gun. A little misdirection counter play.
Well, it's manageable. It's 3rd and 3, and a very big play for Groves in this game. They need to possess the ball. One would think they, depending on how many yards they get out of this play, if they might go for it on 4th.
Yeah, can't have another 3 and out. Got to keep the offense on the field. Hardy under center, hands the ball off to Campo-Lavasco. He's bottled up, can't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And a huge stop for this Maple defense as they ran that ball up the middle and had nothing doing. The defense sniffed it out. It'll bring up 4th down and a long 3. And will the offense stay on the field? Hardy looks like he wanted to, and now he'll slowly come off as it looks like the punt team is coming out for Groves.
Just no push up front by the Groves offensive line. Seaholm pursued, and they closed all the holes and all the rushing lanes that there were. There was nothing, no daylight, and they lost a yard. So it's 4th and 3. We'll see if they do actually punt the ball away or they have something up their sleeve.
You always got to wonder if at the high school level they think the tush push that has made some waves in the NFL, a big booming punt down inside the 5, and that's where it'll be downed by the Maples. Not sure how you can do that and pick it up if you're the return team.
I was hoping that it was going to go into the end zone, but it kind of bounced straight up in the air, and it looked like it was going to stay right where it was.
For now, looks like the right decision to punt this one away for Coach Flaherty, and Maples will start their possession here from about the, looks like the 2-yard line. They're inside the 5, that's for sure. Hard to see exactly where, maybe the 3. So we'll see what the Groves defense can do. They definitely need a play here to try to get some momentum back from Seaholm.
And Emerson, boy, he was, I think he wishes he had that back, actually. Maybe let it go.
Yeah.
It was only going to be another yard or 2 back, and maybe it would have gone into the end zone. But nonetheless, Seaholm's backed up pretty far at the moment.
Kinney under center. Shift on the defensive line. Motion man. He keeps it. Kinney pulls it back at the last second. He's got a really healthy gain on 1st down up to near the 10-yard line. That was an odd play there as he pulled the ball. The late option as the quarterback's eyes stay downfield. He was still between the guards, it looked like, when he pulled that ball back.
Yeah, he ran into his back of one of his men.
Right there, he pulls it, and he's like, all right, I'm going to go. And right there, you think he's down for no gain. And he somehow just rumbles and takes some defenders forward and now gets some much-needed breathing room up to the 9.
He's been falling forward for 2 and 3 yards this whole game.
Yeah, it's really been a needed play for the Maples to have here now. 2nd and 4. Kinney gives to his brother, Grandin Kinney, who has enough for a 1st down across the 15-yard line. So Groves really needed some defensive plays, especially having the Maples backed up inside their own 5. And 2 really healthy gain by the Kinney brothers has now given them breathing room and a 1st down at the 15-yard line.
Well, if Seaholm's able to piece together another drive like they had previously in this quarter, now as it's running down 2 minutes almost in the 3rd, they could go a long way to winning this game.
Yeah, their time of possession is great now as Kinney pitches it to the outside on an option play. That's Jack Lewis, number 11, has the ball out there for about a gain of 6 on 1st down. A nice little option pitch from Kinney to Lewis.
And this veer option offense has been chewing up yards, 3 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, almost every play. And again, their time of possession it's got to start to take its toll as this game goes on the Groves defense.
2nd down and 4, ball at the 21-yard line. Colton Kinney under center. And he keeps it, and he wanted to pitch it and couldn't do it as a flock of Falcons make their way to the backfield. He doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Here, a good stop from Groves. They'll need another one here on 3rd down as they were able to penetrate the holes there defensively to stop Kinney on the 2nd down try. Good job there by number 44. Joshua Hammonds, he's had a really good game defensively. Forced a fumble, recovered a fumble, and gets off the block really well there and stuffs that play before anything could happen.
And you've been waiting to say flock of Falcons
Oh,
this whole
yeah,
game,
I had
haven't
that
you?
one. I had that one in the back pocket
Not
since this
to be
morning.
confused with the flock, which
Yeah,
is their fans.
That's what they say, and there's a keeper by Colton Kinney, and he falls forward for another Maple 1st down as we're under 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter from Seaholm High School, where the Maples lead their rival Groves Falcons 14-7. Clock ticking now down to 21 seconds.
And tell you what I can't get enough of is that cowbell.
Oh, yeah.
They should not have allowed anyone in this place with a cowbell. I'm sorry.
It just feels like Friday night in fall. You got
Yes.
the cowbell working. Looks like I don't think a play will be run here before it's the end of the 3rd quarter. So that's the end of 3. One more to play. Seaholm leads Groves 14-7. And while the crowd will be entertained under the lights, we'll let you wonder what goes on, and we'll be back for quarter number 4.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
And we're back for the final quarter of play from Seaholm High School. Seaholm on top of Groves 14-7 as we went to break. The rendition of Thunderstruck comes on and all the lights involved, and now we see a bit of thunder on this run by the touchdown scorer, Brock Hartwig, as he runs over the right side, enough for a 1st down. Do we have a little thunder and lightning with Hartwig and Jack Lewis as we hear Thunderstruck in between the 3rd and 4th quarter here? That was kind of fun, Andy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
absolutely.
I saw you getting into it over there.
Oh, yeah. I was head banging
Yep.
all the way, man.
Doing your best
AC/DC.
Angus Young impression.
For sure. You better believe it.
That's right. 1st down now is Colton Kinney under center. And he hands the ball off to his brother Grandin, who rumbles forward, maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. So Avery Gatch, the earlier talked about offensive tackle, can play both ways. He's on the defensive line, and he blew that play up before anything could get started. 2nd down and 9 to go. Maples moving the ball from left to right across your television screen. Trying to go up and kind of take over this game here and put a stranglehold on it as we see a carry by 34 Grandin Kinney. He picks up about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 here. So a big play here in this game, potentially for the Groves Falcons defense, if they want to get off the field and try to get their offense back out there.
Yeah, this is an interesting turning point in the game, I think, too. Both these teams have been involved in some really lopsided victories this year. A lot of their wins have been by double digits, and they've doubled them up overall in time. So this is a close game.
Pitch out to the left. That's Jack Lewis, and he's got enough for a 1st down and then some. Number 11 for the Maples, running out near midfield. And picks up 7 on 3rd down and 3, which means that's good enough to move the chains and keep the Maple offense out there. Good run to the left.
Yep, he just hit a hole, and he doesn't certainly look like a classic running back as far as body style goes. He's tall, but he's fast and he's tough, and we've been talking about him all game. He sees a seam and he hits it.
Yeah, this is uncharacteristic really for both offenses. Seaholm averaging almost 37 points per game. Tonight scoring just 14 as we see a handoff up the middle. Looks like number 22, Sean Emerson, running between the tackles. Picking up 5 on 1st down, so it'll bring up 2nd and 5. And then the Groves offense also averaging a shade over 32 points per game, and tonight just having 7. their first play offensively looked like they were really going to have a nice fun day on offense, but they have since stalled, and that could be to great defensive play by the Seaholm Maples, as they're averaging a stingy 13 points per contest. And really, Groves doing the same, averaging just over 14 points a game. So two really similar teams by the numbers, and that's why this one is a one-possession game. Kinney keeps it, pitches now to the right side. It looks like that's going to be Brock Hartwig out to about the 40, and enough to move the sticks for another Maple first down.
And this is just what they needed. They needed a ball possession drive that continues to wear down the opposing defense. Groves, we talked about the defensive numbers, very strong, very stout, up front, back end, all over. Their linebackers have been solid all year, but they're being stretched at the moment. And Seaholm, on the other hand, is doing just what they need to do to put this in the win column, which is just continue to possess the ball, dictate tempo, and hopefully for them, culminate this drive in a score.
Hands the ball off to Grandin. Kinney up the middle, rumbling forward over the 30. And that's enough for another Maple first down, keeping the offense out there and keeping the clock moving now. Just over 8 minutes to play here in the final frame. And Seaholm working with a 7-point lead, trying to add to it and really put their grasp on this one here. And a really good run between the tackles by Grandin Kinney.
Yeah, and the clock will become their friend pretty quickly here, especially if they're able to get points of any kind on the board as this drive moves along, because we are now at 7:50 and counting.
Colton Kinney, the ball carrier. It looks like there was a little trouble with the exchange. Kinney able to hold on, falls backwards. So the Groves Falcons defense with a good play there, not letting him hand that ball off. It looked like he wanted to pull out and pitch that one, but he's able to keep it and holds it before anything bad could happen. So worst thing there is a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12 to go. Ball at the 31-yard line. So Groves needs a couple more of those plays to try to get their offense back out there, only down 1 score. Colton Kinney now under center as he breaks the huddle, looks over the defense, got 2 receivers, and hands the ball up the middle. Grandin Kinney, the ball carrier, gets about 3, just over the 30. And bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Maple offense.
There's a huge down coming up for Groves. They're kind of in no man's land, Seaholm, at the moment. You feel like they would get, if they do not come up with the first down on this play, they would go for it on 4th. They're just outside of field goal range, and they certainly wouldn't want to punt down here.
Yeah, I definitely think it's 4-down territory. You could really put an exclamation point on this game. They scrimmage now, and it's a pitch out to the right side by Hartwig, and he's got a free lane up the right side over the goal line, and that's a Maple touchdown. Number 5, Brock Hartwig, his 2nd touchdown of the game, and that one could put this one away for the Maples.
And Hartwig has been the second half secret weapon for the Maples. You wonder where he was in the first half. Well, they might have been saving him and keeping him fresh, because he is looking very much like a energized player as he's been running past Groves defenders here in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and that was an extremely important touchdown for Seaholm. We got a Groves player kind of limping off, not sure if it's a cramp. He's rolling around on the ground over there. He doesn't look too comfortable.
Yeah, he's laying there like me tonight after it's been a long day. I'm tired. Laying on his side, got his hands under his head. So
yeah, he's getting attention. It looks like a cramp. They're stretching him out.
Yep, stretching that leg. Wesley Billings on for the extra point to make this 21-7. So Seaholm, pending this extra point, will have scored 21 unanswered points since going down 7-0 early on the Hardy Boys connection. On a 48-yard touchdown, they have since scored 3 rushing touchdowns, one from Grandin Kinney, a 3-yard variety, an 11-yard run from Brock Hartwig, and then the more recent 29-yard touchdown run for Brock Hartwig. So he kind of came out of nowhere here in the second half and has really taken over this game for Seaholm.
We had another Groves player down there, number 2.
It's Teddy Abbott, who is down. He's a safety.
And they're still working on the other side. It's 20. We can't see the number. It's 20-something. They're still stretching him out. You see there in the background, getting him hydrated with a little bit of Gatorade, but it looks to be a calf. So Falcons taking it on the chin all over the place here in the second half because Seaholm has been the dominant force on offense, at least, here in the third and fourth quarter.
High snap. That kick is up, and the kick is good from Wesley Billings. 3 for 3 on extra points tonight. A high snap and a defender that got in there quick, but a nice option and a 29-yard touchdown from Brock Hartwig. As there we saw, it was pretty close to being a forward lateral there. But nonetheless, it's not.
That was a dangerous play, by the way. That looked a little trickier than it actually turned out to be. It culminates in a touchdown, obviously, but that was, that could be fraught with danger when you pitch that ball back on the run like that.
Now, a lot of time here, 6:25 to go in the fourth quarter. We know this offense for Groves can strike quickly. So not necessarily worried there that they're incapable of that, but then it's after they score, can they get a stop? Because this Maple offense has been too much to handle here in the second half.
Yeah, exactly. Groves is not proved now, in the second half at least, they've been able to stop Seaholm, and the Maples have just kind of ground them down, and a lot of their runs have been off tackle, round end, sweeps. They've tried it all, up the middle. Colton Kinney, of course, has run this offense to perfection tonight, just the way they practice it. And should Groves score here, they will have to prove that they can get a stop to give themselves a chance to tie this one up. But 6:25 left to go is not a lot of time, and both sides have 3 timeouts left, so that won't be an issue.
Sure, nothing's firing them up like some words from the kicker.
The
kicker,
the inspirational kicker
Billings
speech.
I wonder what he had to say to those guys. I'm sure they were fired up, though. I'd run through a wall for my kicker, that's for sure. As Billings sets to kick this one off from the 40, it's a good kick. And it's going to go right at the goal line. It looks like Little who's going to field that one and get out of bounds around the 20-yard line. So that's where this Falcons offense will go to work.
Yeah, he's very fortunate. He did not go down on a knee there. He would have been down around the 4 or 5 yard line when he first received the ball. It might have just wanted to let that one go into the end zone, or it could have taken a sharp left and gone out of bounds, which would have been a better scenario for Groves. Right here, he fields it at the 1, and he almost slipped down at about the 4. Good camera work, guys.
And even if he catches that one at the goal line, they blow it dead, so it was just close enough from being a touchback. Hardy fakes, got the ball, drops, sets back, a good block there by number 72, and Hardy gets out of pressure again, takes a hit, still on his feet, throws, it's up for grabs, tipped and incomplete. A lot happened there just for a pass to be incomplete there, and I think Coach DeWalt wants his defense to wrap up instead of going for the hit.
Yeah.
But Hardy was running around forever. A great block there by number 72.
Look at this play. A lot goes on. I mean, there is something
block
going on the entire – it seemed like minutes were passing while this play was going on.
And throws it. Very catchable ball. It was dropped and then batted up in the air, up for grabs. Fortunately for Groves, it falls harmlessly to the turf. It'll be 2nd down and 10 to go from the 19-yard line. Hardy out of the gun. He has the ball now. He's looking left. Throws it over to Noah Sanders. That ball's over his outstretched hands as he was turning around, jockeying for position. And it's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 now for the Falcons.
Well, it's getting a little dicey for them now, Nick. They've got to make something happen quick. 3rd and 10. Not going to be easy. Deep in their own zone at the 17-yard line or so. And that pass to Sanders went off his fingertips. They did have a couple men open over there, but were not able to complete the pass, and they got a tall task in front of them now.
Yeah, this is almost one where you don't want to take the whole chunk here and just make it a 4th and manageable. Definitely 4 down territory. Low snap. Hardy has it, rolling to his right, looking downfield. Now he's going to run. Flag, this play's coming back. Throws it past the line of scrimmage as well for the second time. So there's going to be 2 penalties here coming up against Groves. A holding in the backfield and an illegal forward pass for Hardy as he threw that one well past the sticks. You know, if I'm him, you see the sticks right next to you. You already have a gain. Get out of bounds.
Yeah, that was my thinking too. You know, tuck it, young man, and run forward. And both times he's just offloaded the ball and gotten called for it.
So now it's 4th down and 15 as we'll see that again. As there's the hold. You can see it clear as day, number 72. And then he's at least 2 yards past as he throws that ball out of bounds. So 4th and 15. This likely, I'd say, is the game, essentially, even though there's 5:55 to go. You're going to give this ball back with great field position to the Maples, who can run the clock down and score, go up 3 touchdowns if you're unable to pick this first down up. So we'll see what this offense can do here on 4th and 15. Caden Hardy out of the gun.
Well, they'd already be in field goal range.
Oh, yeah, he looks. He's got it now, looking deep, looking left. Got a man over the middle. That ball's caught by number 21, Chris Little, and he'll move the chains and keep this one alive. What a pass and catch from number 1, Caden Hardy, to one of his favorite targets today, Chris Little. And he just took the inside route, got behind a couple defenders, and he's out near midfield for a Falcon first down.
That was an unbelievable play. You mentioned it earlier. This was ball game practically, and they made a huge play happen here, and they're still alive.
Hardy looking right now, goes to his second progression, pointing, wants his receiver to take off up the field, and he does. Now Hardy going to take off, pick up the first down, as it looked like he was pointing to Noah Sanders, who was running his route out to the left side, and he's pointing, he says, run up the field, I got you. And Sanders was like, what? And then once he figured it out, the D had gone with Sanders, and that opened up the field for Hardy to pick up the first down with his feet.
Yeah, he had a lot of running room at that point once he'd gotten that defense, and he kept pointing down the field, and the defense did begin to sag, thinking he was going to go for the long pass, but pretty smart play on his part because he got a beautiful run out of the deal and another first down for Groves.
4 receivers, Hardy out of the gun, 1 running back to his left, looking left, got a lot of time, good protection by this offensive line. Now he's pressured out to the left, throws, takes a big hit, and he's got his man. It's his brother Nick Hardy for a first down. Just at the 21-yard line, he hung in there, took a hit from the defender, and Caden Hardy connects with his brother and moves the chains for a first down. Just over 5 minutes now to go in the fourth quarter.
We're witnessing a turning point in the season for Groves right now, and their biggest game of the year is they are not ready to go away.
Caden Hardy looks, he's pressured now, steps up in the pocket. It's a soft pass out to his brother Nick, and the defender just got a hand in there to break that one up. Hardy was stepping up in the pocket, wanted to unload, and then feathered a soft pass to allow his brother Nick Hardy to run in there under it. Thought he could deliver a catchable ball. He's yelling at someone on the sideline, and he stays in the game. I think it's just a frustration play that ball didn't result in a touchdown.
Well, I think might have got dinged up a little bit because he was almost sort of motioning to the sideline that he wanted a replacement.
Now they're going to take Noah Sanders out.
Sanders is going out now.
And it looks like we got 2 receivers, Hardy to the left, and an offset eye. Hardy hands the ball off to Camp Boyle Vasco, and he's bottled up after a short gain on second down. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5 inside the 20 now. See what they draw up here. They bring in some different personnel. They're not. It's the same formation lined up in the eye yet again. Hardy under center. Hands the ball again to Lavasco. He's got a hole this time inside the 5, fighting for the goal line. Did he get in? I think he's just short. They're going to say down inside the 1, but a first down run. Looks like an injured Falcon. He's limping heavily. It's number 25, Carter Hladke. And Now they're going to hurry up to the line, try to punch this one in. Hands off to Campoy Lavasco. This time he is in for the Falcon touchdown, making this game interesting, cutting it to a one-possession game. A good run there on the third down play, setting up that last touchdown by number 6, Mario Campoy Lavasco. And he's had a pretty impressive night here today. Now gets rewarded with the touchdown.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered for the Groves Falcons. There's still 4:27 to play. They've got all 3 timeouts left. So this is going to be a very interesting defensive stand coming up. Of course, they're going to need every point here, and they are going for the extra point. Okay, I thought for a second Coach Flaherty was making me nervous over there.
Yeah,
he was going to go for 2.
Risky business.
That's some Dan Campbell stuff right there. Anyways, let's see how
the extra point is up and right down Lincoln for the PAT, 21-14. So, well, we got a instant classic on our hand here.
Tomorrow.
We'll take a look at this drive and how we got there. And it started on that 4th and 15 play. This game could have been over. You could have been doing your laundry, finishing up around the house. Instead, we got ourselves a football game. What a tight ball. Just drops it in there over the defenders. Chris Little made a great play. He's wondering, guys, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
It's great. Celebrate all you want, but
yeah, that was the play of the game right there. This is over the outstretched hands, and another couple big passes, and then there was the run we'll have coming up in a minute too, where it just kind of all worked, and Seaholm was on their heels good portion of this drive, and there's the touchdown. Well, no, that was the one that stopped at the 1 actually, but Groves had their way with Seaholm on that drive. There's the touchdown now, and they needed it because they were down 2 touchdowns. Now they're only down 1. So our situation, 4:27 to play. Groves, going to be an interesting kickoff scenario here to see, do they go onside?
I think you got to kick it deep here. You got all 3 timeouts, and you just got to trust your defense. They've only given up 21 points in this game. Just so happens they haven't really been doing much stopping here since the second half has started. I think you got to boot this deep, trust your defense. No, onside kick. And it didn't go 10 yards, but it was
squirt loose,
touched by the Maples, and the Maples did fall on top of it. Well, they fooled me. I thought you had to trust your defense there. Just didn't get the hop they were hoping for. Maples get the ball just inside of midfield, so still not the best field position, but good field position for the Maples nonetheless.
Yeah, this might be somewhat telling on where Coach Flaherty thinks his defense is. Maybe he knows they're a little tired out, and they wanted to go for broke here and go for the onside. They gave it a shot. They had a glimmer with the ball squirting free, but Seaholm recovers, and now it's on them to just run the clock out.
Colton Kinney keeps it, calls his own number, picks up 5 on first down, as he has done all evening here tonight.
And Seaholm needs points now. Even a field goal will get it done, you would think, as 4 minutes is approaching. But if their drive here is anything like it's been in the second half, they've been able to possess the ball and just churn out first downs.
Yeah, and really take a chunk off this clock. We've already come under 4 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Kinney under center, looks over the defense. Hands this one, keeps this one. See, another good fake, and we're going to get a timeout from Coach Brennan Flaherty, as it'll be 3rd down and 2 upcoming. He was quick getting in that line judge's ear to say we want a timeout and stop this clock. So it'll be their first timeout of the half. And while they take a timeout, we'll do the same here. 21-14 our score on BACB Sports.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back. Here's we are hitting, as they call on Red Zone, the witching hour. 3:38 to go, fourth quarter, and now, well, just when we thought, it's a chess game as Seaholm takes their first timeout of the second half. So, Groves taking a timeout, stopping the clock, also trying to get their defense a little bit rested. Very important third down upcoming. Coming to the line, Maples say, you know what, we don't like what we see, we're going to shut it down. Maybe draw up another play here because this is also a crucial first down for the Maples if they want to get this clock running and celebrate victorious tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a first down here, they at the very least make Luke Groves burn a couple more of their timeouts. And so Coach DeWalt said, you know what, I think we're going to make sure we do this right, and we have 3 timeouts. We won't really need them. The clock is their friend, obviously, so they've readjusted, and we'll see what they've drawn up.
Crowd getting into it now, trying to will this offense to a first down. Kinney now looks over the defense. 3rd down and 3. He keeps it, runs forward, and he did not get it. It doesn't appear. As he stopped, it looked like he had a lot of room off the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be short, not enough. It's going to be 4th down in inches. You got to think they're going to keep the offense on the field and try to put this one away.
Yeah, I would think so. You know, it's interesting. Kinney, he's fallen forward for 3 yards all night long. No problem. And here they need 3 yards, and he got 2.
Yep, so he literally just needs to fall forward here. And Coach DeWald getting told by the official, back to your sideline.
Yes,
he's trying to.
He enjoys being out on the field.
He's trying to wrangle his quarterback over to get some last-minute tidbits here. We're going to have a word from the official. Is there a timeout? Yep. So Maple's going to take another timeout. They let that clock run down under 3 minutes. And they're going to think about this one a little bit more. 4th down and inside of a yard. So this is going to be a very, very important timeout for especially the defense. Coach Flaherty really going to have to draw something up. I don't think they're going to just go right up the middle here. I think they're going to do some misdirection and try to go to your guy, Jack Lewis, around the outside. When they think it's going to be up the middle in between tackles, they expect the thunder and lightning will strike on the outside.
When you least expect it.
That's right.
Expect it, right?
Yep.
I know. Well, yeah, this is pivotal, and the guys are tired. I'm guessing there's been a lot of hard hits laid out there by both sides tonight.
We've seen some guys cramp up a little bit out there. Look, hopefully it looks like the rain has stopped a little bit, but they don't feel temperature out there. That's a mindset.
No, absolutely. Bring on the weather, right?
That's right. There's ice water through most of these guys' veins. Especially here on 4th down inside of a yard.
4th and 1. If you don't have ice water in your veins, you
Go
should be
home.
on the field. That's right.
Go to chess club, buddy.
Oh, don't. Uh-oh.
King me.
Here come the calls from the chess club.
And they're going to go to the outside, and they're going to fall forward enough for the first down. It looked like Colton Kinney hopped backwards, slithered to his left, scampered forwards, falls over the 38, which is enough for the Maple first down. 2:43 to go, 1st and 10.
Well, that's what they needed. This was more in the vintage of what Colton Kinney's been doing tonight, sort of a 2-yard, get hit, fall forward for another 1 or 2, and he ends up with about 4, and he only needed inches. So that keeps possession, keeps the clock running for Seaholm, and they really just need to pretty much not fumble the ball at this point.
Exactly. You can't have any bad exchanges. And there we see a handoff up the middle to Grandin Kinney. And maybe an injury here, a calf.
Yeah, we got more cramping going on out there. That's what it looks like. And let's hope that's all it is.
7, Luke Thurswell. So how did we get here, you say? 21-14. We've seen 5 touchdowns. And they started right away on this play, a 48-yard play-action touchdown from Caden Hardy to his brother Nick. That opened the scoring early on, and we were a 7-0 lead for the Falcons. And we thought, well, this game could get out of hand early if they're slinging the ball around like that, but not so fast. Not once, twice, but thrice. 3 touchdowns on the ground. This first one by Grandin Kinney for Seaholm. And then in the second half, it turned into the Brock Hartwig show. Here's his first on a pitch out to the right side. He scampered in from 11 yards out. And then to open the fourth quarter, he decided he wasn't done. He was cashing in from 29 yards away as he ran it up the right side to score to put them on top 21-7, as we'll see here.
Yeah, this is that play you referenced, and he's been the master of the inside cut, and here he does it again, right there.
Whoop!
And found himself pay dirt with that little tricky move, and Seaholm, that put him up. They were up by 2 touchdowns at that point. Groves answered with 1, but now it's Seaholm's game to lose at this point.
Yeah, there's another good run here on second down. Falling forward, yep, another first down for the Maples as we're going to talk under 2 minutes to go here in this one. And folks, it's high school. There's no 2-minute warning. That clock's going to run as we see the keeper from Colton Kinney doing what he does best, running this clock and falling forward as big frame. Always falling forward for at least a yard or two. And now he's got his play from the sideline, 1st and 10 from the 26. Clock ticking under about $1:30 to go here in the final frame. And he's got the ball under center. He keeps it again around the left side, bottled up after a short gain. And Coach Flaherty will take a timeout, and which appears to be his last of the game.
Yeah, we're getting into kneel-down territory here almost. If they can, I don't even really think they need another first down at this point, do they?
Yeah, each set of the play clock's 25 seconds, so clock stops now. So they'll have 2 more plays. So yeah, they added some time.
They added time.
Yeah,
so that changes things a little bit.
So let's see. Will this play take you down probably to about a minute? Next one to about 40 seconds. So if you can get a stop, you can likely get the ball back with about 35 seconds to go, and you'll have about 70 to 80 yards. So it doesn't look promising, but it's possible.
You're saying there's a chance.
That's right. It is possible. Need a couple defensive stops and then some miracles, maybe as Jim Caldwell called it, that pass it back and forth kind of thing. Hail Mary, some hook and ladders. We've already seen one of those today for the Falcons. And we know that this offense, they can move the ball. So if they can get a stop here defensively, it is possible. But they got to get a stop here. 2nd down and 6 for the Maples. Kenny keeps it, goes to the right, now up the middle, and he rumbles forward close to that first down. It'll be 3rd and 1, and they're just going to have to push this one forward. No, I think that's actually going to do it. It's a 40-second play clock now for some reason. It had been 25 all night to this point, but now it's looking like it's 40 seconds, so they can take this one down near 35 seconds on the game clock, which should do it after they run that play. We'll see what happens here, though.
It looked like he got more yardage than that, didn't it, on the initial push? But
yeah, it looked like he was a lot closer to that first down marker.
Yeah, they've spotted him 2 yards short, so.
There is the play.
That might be it.
The spot looks like right at the marker, and they're going to call it a first down, and that is going to do it. 30 seconds to go officially, but the Maples celebrating like this victory is theirs.
Well, it would appear if they award the first down, which they did, and with 16 seconds, that's going to do it. Yep, so the victory is in the books, and we're going to have this rivalry decided with the home team being victorious.
That's our final score. The clock reads 3-0, and the home team comes out victorious. So Groves had won the previous 4 meetings between these 2 teams, and now Seaholm wins this one. So they'll finish the regular season at 8-1. Groves will drop to 6-3 on the regular season, but both teams will qualify for the MHSAA state playoffs. These two teams could link up again, as they have many times in the past, including last year, where Groves won 26-12 in the district game. But these two teams will say their pleasantries. A lot of these guys know each other. These coaches respect each other. And we'll take a break. When we come back, we will have our post-game coverage continuing here from Seaholm High School, including the BACB Sports Player of the Game. We'll be right back.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to Seaholm High School for our post-game coverage. Seaholm victorious at home against their rival, 21-14 over the Groves Falcons. And we'll send it down to the field level, where my partner Andy Aubrey is with our player of the game, Brock Hartwig.
All right, Nick, thank you very much. I'm down here with our BACB Sports Player of the Game, Brock Hartwig. 2 touchdowns tonight. Describe this feeling.
I mean, oh my gosh, I can't even describe it. It's the happiest I've been in years, man. I mean, I love this team. A total team effort. I'm speechless. It's awesome.
Yeah. When they came out, they got that first touchdown on you guys. Nobody panicked. You just held the line, and your defense was tremendous, as you'll agree. But what was the thought on the sideline at that point after they got that first touchdown?
Well, you're not going to find a team closer than us. We've known each other our whole lives, and it's just good play, bad play, next play. You know, something bad happens, we move on. We play. We live to play another down. You know.
Okay, what was said at halftime? Because you guys came out a different team in that second half.
You know, the message was sloppy first half. We're still in it. Why not go out and just play a good second half and win it? You know, and that's what we did. And can't be more proud of these guys.
Well, you guys played great. It must feel awfully good to beat your rival. What do you think about the rest of the season? You're going into the playoffs now. Give me some of the thought process there.
You know, we're going to take it week by week. But, you know, this is a confidence booster for sure. We're excited.
Feel good. Well, congratulations to you, Brock. Great game by you and the Maples. Best of luck in the future, and go celebrate with your teammates. We'll wrap it up from down here. Nick, you're going to take us out of here.
All right, thank you, Andy. Thank you, Brock. What a great way to end the season for both teams, and obviously more a little bit for Seaholm. They come out victorious. They will finish the regular season 8-1, heading into the state playoffs. Groves will fall to 6-3, but both teams qualifying for the playoffs. They could meet up again, either in the pre-district or in district, or even further down the road, and really see what happens. They've met up quite a few times in the past in postseason play. But our final score here tonight, Seaholm 21, Groves 14. This is our final broadcast here on BACB Sports for the fall season. Stay tuned for the winter season, where we'll have a lot more coverage, basketball, volleyball, and much more. And thank you for all of our hard-working behind-the-scenes production personnel, camera operators, and our director, Steve Rhoda, my partner, Andy Aubrey, saying farewell one final time here high atop Seaholm High School. Final score, Seaholm 21, Groves 14. Have a great night.